Hello everybody. Before we start, let me briefly talk about the circumstance regarding this video. This video is initially meant to be much longer, and it was supposed to have more depth to it. The issue is I don't have enough clips to fully illustrate what I originally wanted to cover, and I can't have them anytime soon because I can't play the game. My computer is broken, and it looks like it's gonna stay that way for a while. On top of that, I still wanted to release a video so I could get rid of all the footage I've had and clear some space. I hope you understand, and I'm sorry if you had high expectation for this video. Now that said, I'm going to target this video for absolute beginners to Juggernaut. For everybody else, I hope you can still enjoy the clips. Some of them are kinda decent. Alright, so I'm going to organize this video basically based on whether you and your target are moving or not. And the first one I'm going to talk about is both of you are still. You are still and your target is still. An excellent example of this would be you sitting on top of a hill, building, or whatever, and selling down on enemy base asset, deployable, or a stationary enemy like HOF, heavy on flag that is. Here memorizing your position and angle of fire can be useful, but it is not needed. You can always do trial and error method till you get it right. You basically fire a dummy shot first, notice how much you missed by, and attempt to adjust accordingly in the next shot. If you miss again, you make note of the margin of error, and you try again and again till you get it right. That's it. A situation where both of you are still is usually the easiest shot to make, and will be easy for a new player to pick up. Up above that, we have you moving and selling on a stationary target. This is not as easy as the first one, but still it is very easy once you get used to the inheritance of a motor. What is inheritance? Basically, because of it, projectiles inherit certain portion of your speed output. Put something, possibly a link or text about inheritance in the description below if you want to know more about it. Anyway, an example of this case would be the same thing as above, as the previous case, except you're moving. You're still selling base assets, deployables, HOF, but you're doing so while moving. Alright, now moving on to the next one, we have you still, and your target is moving now. Depending on the situation, this can skyrocket in terms of difficulty. An example would be you sitting in your selling spot again and taking shots at someone who is just skiing around, or perhaps even an enemy flag carrier who's moving across the map. Now, before I move on to the next one, let me go back and talk about the trial and error method, because it absolutely shines in this case. In the first case, both are still, you could possibly get away with memorizing. You could memorize your spot and the angle needed to hit the base asset, enemy flag stand, and so forth. But if your target is moving, he could go anywhere in the map, right? And it's just not practical for you to memorize position, angle, and whatnot needed to hit every single spot where your target could be. If he's at the common places that you remember selling, say near his base asset or at his stand, then sure, certainly you could use that memory. But your target is not always going to be there. And even if he's going to be there, even if your moving target is going to be there, it will be just for a split second, and you'll only have a small window of opportunity to make use of that knowledge. So what do you do in this case? You use trial and error method. First, fire a shot. If you miss, figure out how much you missed by just as best as you can, and then fire again till you hit the target. It's just that simple. You don't really have to memorize selling in this game, particularly with the deluxe. Alright, that's it. The final one. Both of you are moving. You are moving, and your target is moving. A common example of this would be you firing at someone who is traveling towards your base while you're traveling towards theirs. Okay? But a better example of this would be Juggernaut chasing a flag carrier. Yes, it's actually a thing. Juggernaut can chase. Kind of. It requires some effort, but it is a whole lot of fun. Anyway, that is all I got for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this stuff I talked about is very basic, but I hope something made up for it. Maybe the blue plates made up for it. Peace out.